Okay friends, today we'll be starting assignment 2, that is on storage. What we will be doing in this assignment, it's a kind of small how we'll be setting our server as well as a client in our machine, and how we can connect these things and have a file transfer between these two machines. Like it's just like in as we have seen that we have one virtual machine in which CentOS is installed, and one more VM is there in which CentOS is there. Like I'll be cloning this machine and creating one more virtual machine. In this VM, I'll be I'll treat this system as a server, and the IP of the server will be like 10.211.55.29, and this is a client server. The IP of this is 10.211.55.30. Okay, I'll be using these two servers and install NFS. NFS stand for Network File Systems. I'll be showing you how we can create and connect these two machines using NFS. Be keen to learn this technique, and it will be helping you while learning cloud computing and other things also, because this is core infrastructure. Like we are doing on machine on premises. In cloud it will be easy. If you understand this assignment, it will be very very much easy while understanding the cloud concept of NFS. Okay, these are the commands which I will be using. You no need to remember all the commands, just you need to remember the concept, how you will going through the process. That's it. Okay, this is my VM. Here you can see that I'll log in now. This is my VM. Once again I'll be starting everything. Okay, close SSH and my server. Here you can see this is server. IP of this server is, you can see at 10.200.55.29. What I'll be doing here is, in this server the root user is Jerry, but I'll be creating one more user called as server. Here I'll be creating one user called as client. And I'll add these two username and give proper permission where they can properly communicate, and add this user to a wheel group. First thing is here we'll be going checking here, like see here sudo add user. I'll be adding server, that is like server with the name of server user. Okay, the server name is already existed here, and next what I will be doing is I'll set a password for that. Password is also I have set. Okay, I have set up the server properly, and I think this is not visible properly for you all. I will zoom it properly because it will be happening for you. this thing I have done, and I'll be adding this user to a wheel group. I have added. Next thing, I'll be checking the ID of that server to verify whether it is properly there or no. Here you can see that the user ID, group ID, as well as uh, the wheel ID will be shown over here. We'll be creating like I'll log in to user, like server user su hyphen u, that is okay. I have logged in as a server user, as you can see, and IP address remains same, that is 10.211.55.29. Next, what I'll be doing, I'll be creating a directory. In that directory will be like this /nfs/shared, and giving the access for that. Like you can do this chown before entering into the server, like before login into a server, or else after logging into a server also, because we are using sudo, and we should give all access to this directory, that is 777, and check whether the access is given to this or no. Here you can see D stands for directory, read, write, and execute for others, users, as well as groups. Next, we'll be installing NFS file systems by using the command sudo yum install NFS utilities. And next, we need to enable the server. NFS server is same as that of the other process management, like package management, which we have seen in the previous assignments. Status. Here you can see that our NFS file server is properly running on, and we have, like, before checking if it is defaultly started, that is well and good, or else you can start it and check it properly. And we need to go to the sudo vi etc exports, and you need to copy paste this line exactly. This line states that NFS folder and shared folder should be read and write, sync, and no root squash in this bracket. Next, what we'll be doing, we'll be export fs. Here you can see that we have exported our NFS shared files to it. Next, check, this is not a mandatory, like who am I, like if you use this command, you will be getting the username will be displayed properly. Next, we need to log in as a client. We have already set up the server now, like this part is already completed. Now we'll be going to client side and set up the things as soon as possible. Next, I will log in. Like how you need to clone means, you need to go to the control center and you can see it properly, or else is it's all depends upon your computer and other things. Like you need to click on this, your operating system. Here it will be showing the clone. Like I have installed 2 machines over here. These all 2 machines are already run in state, we can't clone. But if you want to clone this Windows, you can click here, like double click here, you can see the clone. If you click on this, hit on this clone option, then the same thing will be replicated, but your IP address will change. That can be the same thing can be done your Linux operating systems, like by using the other virtual machine setuping things, that is VirtualBox and VMware and all, but I'll be using this. Okay, now we have seen that setup, we have created our, like we have set up our server system. Next we'll be creating, like and also you need to give some other, you need to run your rbc command and other things also, like we'll be doing now. We have installed our NFS and we need to start rbc server and NFS, like these things commands which we have already installed, and you need to copy paste these all commands, like mounting and start. These all commands are basic commands. I'll be letting you know. That is NFS mount is for mounting the your storage drive to that. And this is already, we have checked the status of this. And this one is also we have already given, giving, like sharing the same directory or the file to, and giving a proper permission. And next we will be executing the simple command, that is echo means displaying hello from server, that is sudo tree nfs. Like at that thing we have the server file is there, that is read it properly, that's it. Now we need to configure it. This is also we have done already, like we need to go to the proper file and this, and save and quit. And next will be exports fs means we have already seen in previous thing also, like we need to export it properly, like expose your things, that's it. Next what we will be doing, the main important thing, you need to turn off your firewall settings, or else the server and client can't be connected. Use this command sudo systemctl stop firewall d and stop and sentence enforce and these all things. And mount this is to check whether your NFS file has properly shared or no. After entering the sudo mount -e localhost, then you can see that the export list for localhost, that is /nfs/shared, can be seen over here in the same IP address. Next we need to set up our client machine. I'll be logging to my client machine by using this. And here also you need to create a user client, and you need to log in, like sudo add user client, set up a password, and you need to, like same thing you need to do, and add your user mode to, like a client user to the wheel group and other things. Like same thing what we have done in the server side, you need to create a same user with the name of client and do. And you need to access that using su -e client, then set a password for this and exit. Here you can see that we have logged in as a client here, and the IP address got changed because we have logged in this thing in our clone machine. And next we need to set up a client, sudo am install same utility files over here. And next we'll be installing rvc bind, and this is also installed properly. And we need to check in server, this command is important, like we used mount, like we have used this command show mount, like here also we use the same thing, here also use the same thing, to check whether this whatever we have mounted from client side is exposed to, like from server side is exposed to client or no. Then it should show like this. If you enter 30 IP, then it will be not given, because we have not started any server, client is just receive the things, not so. Next we will be creating a mount point where we need to mount it. And next we will be shared mount point, like we have already exposed that mount file from this side, like we have exposed, here we will be mounting, that's it. Copy this and paste over here, we have mounted. Next we will be verifying whether it is properly mounted or no. Okay, then here we need to see the text file, that is server.txt, because we have seen that in our server side we have exposed, like we have shared our files, echo this thing server.txt, which is in NFS. And Here you can see the same text file is there, like multiple things I have done it previously, that's why it is showing the same thing right there. Next, you can check this also on client side. I am creating the in mount folder I'll be creating the client doc text, and next check, see NFS cannot be accessed from server side, it is accessible. This is a permanent mount thing, but this is not a not not in my like if you want you can do, or else that's fine. This is how we saw that how server and client setup can be installed on our machine, and how server will be sending the files and client can read that file, but uh, even client can send the file to a server, and both can have a proper network system where they can connect easily and communicate, exchange their information. Thank you.